Thank fitness it's Friday.
And welcome back to Money FM 89.3. You're here with me, Dan Cole, and Neil Humphreys on the Friday Night Live right here, keeping you company all the way till 9 p.m. And it's that time of the hour. We're talking all about fitness. And every single week, we try to bring on an influencer or fitness trainer to help us build a little bit more of a healthier lifestyle and hopefully find out some ways in which we can change things up and spice things up. And this week, we've got just the perfect person to help us with that.
Absolutely fantastic.
She is one of the leading figure in Singapore's fitness and entertainment scene. In fact, she's been getting a lot of all these accolades throughout the years, from the likes of second place in the International Federation of Bodybuilding Fitness Asian Championships back in 2017. She was also the finalist in Miss Singapore or Miss Universe Singapore back in 2018. So without further ado, let's welcome on the show Tyen Rasif, a fitness trainer, singer-songwriter, and content creator. Hello, how are you?
Thanks so much for having me on this Friday night.
Absolute
Most
pleasure.
welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Right, tell us, kick things off. How did your journey begin into the world of fitness?
Okay, so I started fitness when I was in my late teens. As a teenager, I was super unfit, very unhealthy, super underweight, skinny. And I think it was a trip to the emergency room 2 times that taught me, okay, maybe I should do something about my health and fitness. And I think I've gone through struggles with my mental health and my physical health. And I think it was really through picking up weight training that I found strength in my body that I never knew I had. And it was through strengthening myself physically that I also mentally became stronger. And the rest is history.
Fantastic.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us such an inspirational story. Now, I mean, you were the finalist in Miss Universe Singapore. I'd like to talk a little bit about your past, if you don't mind. And you've drawn quite a bit of attention on your muscular physique, as some may say, setting yourself apart from various other Miss Universe contestants. So you're paving a way for a lot of women to redefine the society's expectations of what it's like to have that perfect body image, right? So what inspired you to dive into, bodybuilding first, in a world that's so dominated by men?
Right. So I actually started as a personal trainer. Back then, this is more than 10 years ago. When I was in the gym, there used to be a women's corner. And, women, there were not many women in the gym.
Yeah.
And I thought, that shouldn't be the case. So I decided that I wanted to be a personal trainer so that I could help other women go to the gym and feel more comfortable lifting weights. I think there's a big misconception that if you lift weights, you're going to get bulky and very masculine looking and very not feminine. But I think that there's so much beauty in muscle and strength. And that's also why I was so interested in the bikini bodybuilding aspect of the bikini aspect of bodybuilding, because that really celebrates strength, it celebrates femininity, and shows women not just as what we think is the ideal body, but we also celebrate strong women. We celebrate muscles on women, and so that got me so into bodybuilding. I actually did bodybuilding for a good 4 years and competed. And after that I extended it to do beauty pageants. Because I thought, if I can do bodybuilding, why not we also show women as strong and fit and muscular in beauty pageants? Because that's not something that's been done, that it really breaks the mold of what you might think is somebody who's like part of a beauty queen.
Yeah.
So I thought that was super interesting, and I'm really glad that I got a lot of support behind that.
How did that change though? I mean, I would assume that your routine would change from that of a bodybuilder to a beauty pageant, right? How did your fitness journey change then?
I think when I was doing bodybuilding, obviously it was very intense training.
Yeah.
I did a lot of, I think I strength trained every day, a lot of cardio. I think for the beauty pageant, the training is slightly different, wherein you don't actually have to train as intense, because I already came from that very intense background.
Yeah.
But I think with, beauty pageants, it's quite holistic. You have to speak like a beauty queen, you have to answer questions. There was just so many other facets of beauty pageants that I thought was very interesting. So the training was very different. You, instead of focusing so much on the dieting, you also focus on the makeup, the walking, the hair, answering questions.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned bikini bodybuilding. What is that? And maybe elaborate a little on what is the kind of the training involved for that?
Okay, so you have for men, you have bodybuilding and you see big burly guys. Bikini bodybuilding it's like a female version of that, where you kind of train your body to have that symmetry. It's all about posing. It's all about celebrating curves on a woman, but also muscles on a woman. So that's also a very fascinating fascinating sport that is actually not very common in, I guess, this part of the world.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really fun way to challenge myself physically as well as mentally. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Fantastic. I mean, it's so inspirational just thinking about it. I mean, for you to have gone through so many parts of the fitness industry, from that of a bodybuilder to a beauty pageant. Now, how has your fitness journey evolved over the years and your goals? How has it evolved to where you are today?
Okay, so I started, as I mentioned, as a personal trainer, and I really wanted to spread my passion for fitness with more women, and that's why I started a YouTube channel. Back then, I had a show on Click Network and YouTube called No Sweat. So that was where I really helped people to, learn more about weightlifting, especially for women who were not comfortable going into the gym at the beginning. So I started with those videos, and then I think it's kind of evolved now to looking beyond just the weightlifting aspect. I think now fitness as an industry itself has evolved to a wellness industry. So it's not just about the physical, like the aesthetic part about fitness. I think there's a big focus now on longevity, health, and mental wellness.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a heartening change and shift, because we're no longer looking just towards, I want to get the six pack. And of course, obviously these are amazing motivations.
Yeah.
But I think what's more important, and kind of the reason why I started in the beginning, was for my mental health. And I think that now it's really evolved now. My goal now is that I work out for my mental health, and it's no longer, hey, we want to get that. Obviously, we all want to get that body. We want to get summer body ready.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think these are skills that we want to pick up for longevity, so that we can be healthy and fit and mentally well long term.
Yeah. You've mentioned mental health several times. I mean, I think so many of our listeners will relate to that. What do you mean by that? What were some of the issues you were having, and how does the training help?
I mean, just taking this back all the way to, my teenhood, where I struggled with, just to be very open, I struggled with clinical anxiety and depression. And I think that one main thing that I found through weightlifting was that I had so much control in my body. I physically could lift weights. I felt very proud of myself. I was building muscle and strength. And I think that aspect of it just made me so happy and confident and proud about myself. And this really can help somebody who is maybe in a bad place or who doesn't feel good about themselves look like, hey, you can find ways to strengthen yourself physically and mentally. And I think that, obviously exercise, scientifically has shown to improve, get you out of bad place, the endorphins.
Yeah.
I mean, I think fitness is a non-negotiable now.
It's a drug, essentially,
It is. It's a really positive addiction.
It is, yeah.
So it's got to a point whereby it's not just about working out to look a certain way, but the reason for my working out is because it's a non-negotiable. You
Exactly.
wake up, it's not just motivation, it's the dedication to the practice of every day bettering myself, feeling good, so that I can be well in all other aspects of my life.
Well, I like that so much, because it really encapsulates the idea that fitness itself is not a destination, but it's all about the journey.
It's a journey,
and
yeah.
how you just craft your way through, and how you hone it over time. Now, you've mentioned that you've used fitness as a way to help you improve your mental wellness as well, right? So, how exactly does sweating help to improve mental resilience in you?
Sweating.
Yeah. Or just
okay,
like,
so-
especially, building up a gym and going to the gym and building up muscles and all that. What kind of aspects in life does it teach you to be
Yeah.
resilient?
Okay, so personally, I don't really sweat a lot.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't really sweat a
Yeah,
lot.
lucky you.
Yeah, that's lucky.
I don't sweat a lot. Maybe I don't work out hard enough. But I work out pretty hard, but I do have problems sweating. But that aside, I think that the mental resilience that you get from working out is that it just pushes you to accomplish something difficult. I know a lot of people like to work out later in the day, but I'm a big proponent for working out early in the day, because I'm always... Are you a morning...
I am a morning person,
morning
yeah.
gym person.
Yeah.
But first, I feel that as difficult as it is, I feel that if you can accomplish one thing challenging in your day, which is your workout, I feel like it just puts you in that winner mindset that you can
exactly.
accomplish a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And even if you had a really bad day, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you come back to it and go, do you know that this morning I did lift like
Exactly.
100 100 kg. You know, I'm freaking invincible. I know I had a really bad day, but did you see this morning that I was able to accomplish this huge hurdle?
Fantastic.
Finally, I found someone that can relate to
found a
me,
kindred
Neil.
spirit.
Yes. Oh
Like,
my
you
goodness.
get it. Like, those who get it, get it.
Yeah, because my friends all the time, they would think like, what the hell is wrong with you? Wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning to gym? Like, how do you even bring yourself to get out of the house, get out of bed? But it's just the moment you're done, you feel like you can do anything. You feel light. And you feel like, you know what, even if you want to sleep for the rest of the day, you're done. I mean, I'm not saying you should do that, but it just makes you feel so motivated for the rest of the day.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And speaking of motivation, how motivated are you with food? Do you have a particular diet? Are there certain things you avoid? What's your go-to diet to stay so fit and healthy?
Okay, to be very honest, I'm not on any strict diet.
That's good.
I'm not on my bodybuilding or beauty pageant diet. I really eat to fuel and nurture my body. So I really look at food as something like medicine for the body. So I just know that when I eat well, I perform well, and I don't restrict myself. I'm quite aware of what nutrition is good for me. So I'm my go-to healthy food is like I always have my whole foods, my salad. I try to limit processed food. I love Singaporean food, but there are also healthier options like yong tau foo, fish soup. These are my go-tos. So I think that it's really possible to get a balanced lifestyle without having to restrict yourself.
Cheat meals though, what's your favorite so far?
Oh, I love fries. I actually love McDonald's.
Okay.
So like, I love fast
McDonald's
food.
great.
And I think that's like a big misconception. And a lot of people think that, fitness trainers and fitness
You don't
people
eat at all, right?
don't eat,
Yeah.
or like they eat very healthy and clean. I think that's true for a lot of it. Like I do want to eat healthy just because I perform better. But I love my pizzas. I love my McDonald's.
You work hard for your treats.
Exactly.
And you need to refuel. Okay, that ties in very nicely. We're going to wrap this up with Tyen Rasif by talking about our Super 6 fitness tidbits that we ask all of our Thank Fitness It's Friday guests. 6 quick questions, 6 quick answers. I'll kick it off. Number 1, what's your typical weekly gym routine look like?
Okay, I strength train 4 times a week. I also do Pilates, and I try to throw in some cardio.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant.
Now, what's your favorite healthy meal and why?
I love a good salad, but I think that fish soup, yong tau foo, and the yakun egg whites with toast is always very low calorie and wholesome.
Brilliant. Bit of a cheat. That was about 4 meals. But we'll take it. It's Friday night. We'll take it. What's your favourite workout or exercise?
Squats. Squats work the most muscles groups in your body, and I think they're the most efficient for anything.
Nice.
Brilliant.
All right, gym etiquette. We got to talk about this one.
Oh, yes. This is
What
my favourite question.
The one thing that other gym users should be better.
Or one thing that really
One thing
annoys
that irks you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm lucky that my gym has very lovely people.
Okay.
I did have a really bad experience when I was at one gym where someone was filming me, and I don't think that it's right to film people in the gym. That's voyeuristic. So I think we should definitely take bigger actions on people who do things like
Of course,
that.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
I
That's
never saw
terrible.
that in a
I think that's
gym.
the worst that we've heard so far, yeah.
Yeah. I would
Oh,
take
man.
that phone and shove it right up your... Question number 5. What's your number 1 health and fitness tip?
My number 1 health and fitness tip is that motivation is overrated. Dedication is the way. And that's actually from my song, You Got This, which is a single of mine where I used to motivate people. It's called You Got This. And that line is just like, motivation is great, but what's really going to take you to longevity is dedication to your routine and to yourself.
Love it.
Exactly. Love that one. All right, now, finally, what motivates you to stay on your fitness journey?
Okay, like I said, motivation is great. I mean, the aesthetics are great, but what motivates me is my family. I really want to be healthy and mentally well because I want to perform at my optimal best and be the best person for my clients, my followers, my families, and my friends.
Wonderful. Tyen Rasif, fitness trainer, singer-songwriter, content creator, multi-hyphenate, talented individual. Absolutely fantastic. If anybody wants to follow you, where should they go?
Okay, I'm on Instagram. I mean, I'm on most social platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and also YouTube.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Awesome. It's been such a pleasure to have you on with us today. Thank you so much for joining us on Thank Fitness It's Friday, Tyen.
Thank you for having me.
Money FM 89.3.